Hello, this video demonstrates how to implement a WordPress theme, a custom WordPress theme that has been built specifically for the National Data Platform. In short, this theme allows for search functionality to be combined with content management, allowing you to get up and running with your own WordPress site within an hour. Let's go ahead and just visualize here what we will be creating with the theme from scratch. Here we have a home page where we have a logo, a tagline, a menu, a keyword search box with links to other contact channels, a guided search capability, and as well a blurb on your organization, 3 calls to action, and blog posts, the most recent blog post presenting on your home page. At the bottom, we have a navigation menu as well as a footer at the bottom and a different logo that can be placed in the footer versus that in the header. Let's go ahead and demonstrate the functionality that we'll be implementing. If we go ahead and search for food bank, we can see here that it picks up my location based on my IP address. We'll go ahead and just search for food banks. And here now we get back a listing of results that we can select, as well as a map. And selecting one of the resources makes a call then to the specific details of that resource and presents it on a page with a map with information about the service. In addition to the search functionality, we have blog content, which can be created in the form of posts, and those posts then can be categorized as well as tagged. So let's go ahead and get started by building this site from scratch in 15 minutes or less. Okay, let's go ahead now and create that 211 Bedrock site. We're going to implement this site inside of a multi-site WordPress deployment. So this might look a little bit different when you're deploying the theme into your own WordPress site. We'll go ahead here and we're going to create a new site. We'll give it a name of 211 Bedrock. And I'll throw in my own email address here. So we'll go ahead, we're going to create this site. Now that we have the site created, we're going to go and click into the dashboard here. Now the first step is we have to activate the theme that we've created for the US 211 site, in this case, implementation of 211 Bedrock. So let's go ahead and activate that theme. So under themes, we're going to go over and select US 211 and we're going to activate this theme. Now that we have the theme activated, the next step is to import the custom fields. We've created a number of custom fields with pre-configured values that will allow for the template to pre-populate with a number of items such as the description of your service, the footer, blurbs and icons, those kinds of things. So let's go ahead and we're going to import the custom fields. As part of the deployment, we've already provided a number of images and including this JSON file. So you just go ahead and select that JSON file, which has the pre-configured values, hit import file. And now that we've imported the custom fields file, we can go in and start configuring the options for the site. There are 2 sets of options. We have site options and theme options. The site options are the keys that are required to connect to the National Data Platform, as well as display resources on a map. We're going to go ahead and create the keys here with some pre-configured values. Go ahead and update. And now we have connection to the National Data Platform and to the mapping service. We're going to go now under theme options and we're going to pre-populate this template with some images and some descriptions that will appear throughout the site. Let's go ahead, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to upload the files from the image files from the pre-configured package that we provide. So let's go ahead and import those images. Okay, now we have the images imported into our WordPress site. Let's go ahead and select the 211 Bedrock logo image that will appear in the top left. We'll turn on the contact icons, and we won't have them take us anywhere right now. We'll just have them display. We have our social media icons, which are automatically displayed on the page. We'll keep our important notice off. This is a banner notice that can appear on the top or the bottom of the background image on the home page. We'll leave that off. We'll leave off our dates and our authors being displayed on our blog posts. We have a footer blurb that has been pre-populated through the custom field, so we'll just leave that for now as it shows. We're going to add an image to the footer of our site. Let's go ahead and we'll pick the Expound logo. And for our tagline, we're going to add Get Connected, Get Help. This tagline will appear to the right of our logo in the header. Okay, that all looks good. Let's go ahead and create the theme option values. Now we have that. The next step now, so we've configured our site at this point. Now we have to start creating some pages for the site. So let's go ahead and we will get rid of the sample page, and we'll come up here and we'll create a new page. The first page we're going to create is the home page, which is where we display the keyword, the guided search, and the 3 calls to action and a few blog posts. This is essentially the landing page for the public who are using your site. So we're going to do a couple things here. We've added the new page title. We're going to create a background image that will appear in behind the keyword search box, kind of a faded out image here. And most importantly, we're going to select the home template, which is a pre-configured template that injects a lot of the functionality that we're going to use from the home page into the site. You can also see that we've brought in from the theme options a number of pre-configured values here just by selecting the home template. Okay, let's go ahead, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create 3 calls to action. So the first call to action will be related to, let's say, healthcare. Let's say healthcare, and let's say get your shot. And then we're going to add a second call to action, which will be, let's say, connect to resources and join our 211 database. And our last image, this would probably be more appropriate for join database, but let's go, let's just say call to action and say get listed. Okay, so let's go ahead now and we're going to publish this home page. And at this point, if all has gone well, we should be able to come over to 211 Bedrock, to the home page that we've just created. And what has not happened here is we still need to create the background image, which doesn't appear to have taken here. So let's go back into the home page. And we'll go ahead and I must not have selected that the first time. We're going to go ahead and update that. Okay, let's go back to the home page. And there we go. We've got our background image. We've got our icons. This will typically line up horizontally. In this demo, it's not configured for horizontal alignment. But we can see right now we've got the basic functionality of our guided search. We've got our keyword search. We still need to wire this up with a few more pages. But we've got the basic look and feel of our main page with our calls to action and our blurb. We're going to add some blog posts next, and we're also going to add our pages for the search, and we're going to fix up the menus as well. Just take a quick look at the footer. We've got our footer logo and our footer blurb down here and our copyright notice. Okay, so let's come back into the admin panel. And the next thing we're going to do is let's add the 2 search pages, the search results page and the search detail page, which presents the detailed listing of a selected search result. So let's go in here now and we're going to add a new page. Let's just call it search. And over under templates, we want to select the search template, which will pre-configure the values and the functionality for presenting results. And that's it. We just go ahead and let's hit publish. What's important to note here is that when we called the new page search, it created the permalink /search/. This is important because this functionality embedded in the site relies on these permalinks. So just make sure that even if you call your page something else, it must be /search/. Let's go ahead and create another page. And let's call that detail. This is where the details of our selected search result will be presented. And this is the information of your service at location. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we're going to select search detail. Again, we're importing the functionality for this page. And this particular permalink needs to be /detail/. So if we had said detail search, for example, this will remain the detail. So we just have to make sure that that permalink is set to detail. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll publish that page. And if all has gone well, we should be able to come back now and search for results and bring us to our search results page. And there we go. We still have the menu that we need to fix up, but we have the basic functionality that's allowing us to search, in this case, for food banks. We've brought back a set of listings. And when we select one of the listings, we are brought into the detail listing page. So we now have the basic functionality for search set up, and we just need to do a little bit of cleanup with our menus and our blog post page. So let's go down and create one more page. Let's create the blog page. We're going to create a blog page, and we're going to come over to the template. And again, we have a predefined template for the blog. We'll go ahead and we will publish the blog. And the next thing we do is let's go in and create a few posts. Let's add 3 new posts. Let's create post 1. Let's grab some lorem ipsum text just so we have something to populate in there. Just grab this text here, come back, throw that in, and let's set a feature image. Let's throw in, actually let's make this about utilities. Okay, and let's give it some categories. So the categories is a way to basically group together your post in some logical way. You might use categories such as utilities, shelter, hunger, those kinds of things. And tags are an additional way to help users find content in your site. So categories is kind of like a high-level grouping, and tags is kind of a way you can find specific posts using keywords. So let's throw in utilities. Let's throw in 211. Let's throw in shelter. These are obviously not the right tags, but let's go ahead and throw those tags in. Now we can see that this post is tagged. Let's go in and add the category utilities so that when this particular post is created, it'll appear under the utilities category. Okay, so it's added there to utilities. We have a couple of tags added. We've got a featured image, and we've got a little bit of lorem ipsum text. Let's go ahead and publish that post. Now let's quickly create 2 more posts. Let's call the next post, let's call it just hunger. We'll throw in that lorem ipsum text again. Let's grab a featured image related to hunger, and let's add in some tags: hunger, shelter, food, say 211, and let's create a new category. Let's call it food. Okay, so we've applied this new post hunger to the category food, given it a few tags. That all looks good. Let's go ahead and publish. And let's create one last post, and let's call that shelter. Again, we'll just throw in the lorem ipsum text. We'll create a new category, and we'll just call this, we'll just call this shelter for now, and we'll give it some tags. Shelter, roof, room. Go ahead, create those tags. Add the category here, and all looks good. We should add a featured image. Let's throw in this particular image, and we'll publish that up. Okay, so let's go back to our home page and take a look at what we have just created here. We're going to fix this in a minute so we can actually come to this home static page. So keep in mind, we still have to clean up the menu here, but now what we've done is we've had our calls to action, but underneath the calls to action, we've now created the 3 posts, shelter, hunger, and utilities, which are appearing. And as well, we have a blog page, which we will access through the new menu we're going to create. But we now have our shelter, our hunger, and our utilities post that if we clicked on, it will bring us into the page with our lorem ipsum text. Okay, let's go back and we'll just remove that hello world post. So we're only dealing with 3 posts here. And now let's go in and fix up our menus. So if you remember, our menus weren't looking very good at the top here. We only want the blog page and the home page to appear in the menu, and we want this the poor formatting of the menus in the header and the footer to go away. So let's go over here and let's now create a new menu. Let's call it main. That main menu, we want it to be connected only to the home and the blog page. We'll go ahead and we'll add that. And we'll make this appear only at the top of each of the pages by selecting main navigation. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Let's go ahead now and create a new menu, and we'll call this menu footer menu or footer. Now we're going to go over and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to throw the blog in the home page as navigation links. So we'll only have 2 links in this simple menu, but we're going to have this menu appear in the footer. Go ahead and save. So essentially it's the same look to the menu, but we do have 2 separate menus. Okay, so there we go. We've now got a footer. So let's go back and take a look at what we have created. And now what we've done is removed all the junk from the header, and now we just have this home and this blog page. So if we were to select the link from blog, we're brought into our blog page. And as well, if we want to go to the home page, and we have to fix this in a moment here too. This is looking for the home page itself. So let's go back and fix that right now. So we're going to go into settings, reading, and we're going to set our home page. So we're going to set our home page to home, and that's good enough. Now when we go back and we go to the home page link, now we're brought to the home page, so nothing is broken. Okay, so things are looking pretty good at this point. So the last thing to fix is the blog page. So if we come over to the blog page, we've created a tag cloud and a category cloud, which we cannot see right now. So let's go back and fix up how this appears on the right hand side. We can see that our posts are organized by subject area. So if you had more posts that were categorized with food, shelter, or utilities, or you created your own categories, we'll display up to 6 posts on each of these pages, and you can also view all by going to its separate page. So in this case, you created the category utilities. We'll bring you to a utilities landing page just based on the category that you created. But let's clean up this for now. We don't want recent posts, recent comments, or this search for box. So let's go down now into appearance. Let's go over into widgets. And from the blog sidebar widget, let's get rid of those 3 things that were appearing. And what we want to do here is we want to grab, and we've created these pre-configured widgets for you. We've got a categories widget and we've got a tag cloud widget. So let's drop those 2 things. This is what will appear on the sidebar. Let's give it a title of category and hit save. And let's just call it tags, and go ahead and hit save. And now let's go back over to our blog page, hit refresh. And now what we're showing is the category list as well as the tags. So we can use these as filters for our posts. So now we have a functioning blog page with its own landing pages. We have a tag cloud that will allow you to search for all posts related to that particular tag. We can see the content changing here. And now we have a fully functioning WordPress website. So if we were to go in here and let's search for food around the location I'm at, if we want to change this, actually, if we want to change, let's take a look for food in Raleigh, North Carolina. There we go. We've got some content coming back and displaying on a map for Raleigh. If we select one of those results, now we present that on a map with the information pertaining to that particular resource that was selected. You'll notice a number of other pieces of functionality that are appearing in the site. I'm not going to go over that in this video. I'll do that in a future video, but we have the ability to suggest a new listing, suggest an edit to an existing listing, or print the listing in a printer-friendly format. We have the social icons as well. These things can be configured, and we can also, of course, remove these icons at the top, or the slogan as you saw in the configuration of this site. Okay, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed the video and it allowed you the ability or to understand how to get up and running quickly with a WordPress site that's pre-configured to work with the national data platform and the services that it extends to your organization. Thanks for watching.